So congratulations, Arnav, on your excellent grades. What
You,
a
sir.
performance! Something. How did you achieve this milestone?
First of all, you have to keep everything regular. You can't do anything half and expect it to do some other time. If you're not regular, you can't achieve anything.
Good, 97. It's a dream performance out of 100 in English. And if you can tell us something about, has your performance always been 97 in English over the years out of
Over the
100?
years, I think when I was in sixth or seventh, my performance was, I think, 97, 96. But yeah, it deteriorated over time. And during the lockdown period, it deteriorated. But then again, I started your classes and it went up again. I had to practice for that. I did not practice during the lockdown. I had become lazy.
Exactly. Good. Yeah, lockdown was, in fact, the biggest challenge, not only for you,
Was
but for, yeah, for all students. Good. Now tell us something about yourself, Arnav. Tell the audience would like to know something about yourself, a small introduction. Who are you? Your family background. Okay, what are your hobbies, favorite subjects, all that you can share now.
My name is Arnav Sanjay Shinde. I have just passed 10th standard. I'm 16 years. Yeah, 16 years now. I come from Satara. It's my native place. My hobbies are currently reading and drawing. I don't draw a lot, but I like to draw, and I read books now.
Very
So
good.
yeah, my favorite subject was is what you would not expect to be. At first, it was not my favorite subject, but now while I've started studying it, it's maths.
Wow, maths. You had also difficulties and challenges in maths.
Yeah,
How did you overcome that? Because you had in
I had
English, then you had maths.
yeah.
So these were the two subjects you were to get 91% is an achievement overall. So how did you overcome, this challenges?
Which I would like to give a suggestion. First of all, solve your textbook thoroughly. Many of the sums in the boards come from the concepts of the textbook. Many would not expect it. They go for the big books like Oswal and something like that. But first, textbook study your textbook. If you are understanding the concepts of the textbook, then only you may go for Oswal or something like that. And practice maths thoroughly for at least 2 hours every day. I did not in the start, but yeah, then I had to first to get good grades.
Good. So practice makes you perfect. Okay. So you practice two
Yes.
hours a day and then you put in a lot of hard work. What about English? How much time did you spend practicing it?
English also I spent 2 hours. For every subject I gave two hours. At the starting I gave two hours, but in the last 3 months, during January to March or February end, yeah, I gave 4 hours to each subject every day almost. Means I did three subjects a day. I did some theory part and they solved many papers of that.
Your father gave you a lot of support. You had
Yes,
tuitions also. You had platforms like extra marks, I think,
yes,
also.
extra
And then
marks.
he hired me also to coach you in English. So he gave you a lot of support. So uh, tell me, how did that support, eventually lead to such a massive result, in your academic score?
It slowly but surely improved me. In the tuitions, they taught all the subjects. So I was initially very bad at means I liked social science, but I was not as good as you think in that. Uh, I got to improve that. I also by interacting with people. Of course, I did not interact at first, but by interacting with people, I got to improve my personality. I got to know how to talk to people, interact with people. It improved me in many ways. You taught me many things, of course. Except for grammar, we also did some soft skills and public speaking. So yeah,
Good. Gives some advice to the youngsters who probably will have to sacrifice a lot, to achieve this result. What they have to do.
you might think that it is not worth to sacrifice some time of play and some screen time, but it is definitely worth. And if you don't sacrifice, you might have to sacrifice your future.
Yeah, very good.
This is
Very.
a crucial period.
Exactly. Very good. So you made a very important point. If you don't sacrifice your games now, you will have, or your social media, you will have to sacrifice your future, and none
Yes.
of them would want that in the future. Very good point. Good. So how did you handle these challenges, games, social media? I mean, a lot of distractions. How did you handle?
I understood it very late, but at least I understood that. During the first sem, I was not like this. I used to play a lot of games. I used to go to play. It's not as much, but I used to go to play. But then I got my scores, first sem scores, and it was very less. So then I understood that I would have to sacrifice if I want to bring good marks. Yeah,
Good. So was it worth the effort to sacrifice? What did you lose sacrificing, and what did you gain?
I actually thought I would lose many things, but I did not lose anything. But I gained many things.
What did you gain? Apart from your,
I
good marks, what did you gain?
Apart from my good marks, as I used to stay at home, I also learned some things apart from studying. To take a break, I also learned some things.
What did you learn, Arnav? You can be specific.
Yeah, I took up a small course of basics drawing because I had lost some touch. So
Okay.
I took up some drawing again. So I slowly and steadily, not during exams, before exams, I took up some course. And as I stayed home, I used to do some drawing in the evening, drawing or sketches.
Drawing, activates your right brain, so it's good because studies more, you use your left brain. So that was a very good move to, activate your right brain. Very good.
I
Okay.
also read some books. In the
Okay.
meanwhile,
Which
I
book?
like history and mythology.
Okay. So how did you get the time to read those books? You
I
had
just read, I think, 5 to 10 pages a day. That's all it takes. Means you get to know something also, and you have fun also.
Exactly. So, did you have any particular strategies for certain subjects or types of questions? Did you have some strategies how to answer them, or how to plan to answer these question papers?
For theory subjects, especially, I would like to tell, read the textbook and keep in mind the keywords. CBSE marks the answers for the keywords you get right. If you don't get the keywords, means if you say the same thing but don't use the keywords, they might not give you marks at all.
Okay, good. So, how
And for
did
maths, of course, you have to practice daily.
yeah?
That's the only way.
So you mentioned something about keywords. Can you elaborate? How did you find these keywords? Did you take the help of maybe Google or some other, AI tool to find these keywords? How did you find it?
No. Some of the teachers helped me to find these keywords. Some teachers, as well as while reading the textbook, mark some keywords. Means you can say keywords as uh, some important words that describe what is going to happen next. Means in history, if I say, you might means what can I say? Get a keyword.
Yeah,
Means get a word that
can
is
you
going to.
can you give some examples?
They might say that the German Empire was going through a war,
Okay,
and they might add a word later. The German Empire was going through 3 wars.
okay,
So how many wars? 3 wars. Three is a keyword. German Empire is a keyword.
okay, good. So something
Some different
that
words.
happens in Google search also. They have keywords.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
exactly.
So good, good. So this is a very good. So you feel because of these keywords you were able to score a lot of marks. Am I right?
Yes. You keep in mind the keywords, you can automatically remember the sentences. You can
Okay.
remember the concept of that theory.
And what about English in particular? Like how did you use this strategy, keyword strategy with English?
In English, you have to remember that there are many characters in a story. So whatever happens to those characters are the keywords. Means if I take an example, I had a chapter, the tricky one. It had a dog, so that had fallen sick, and it was looking like a sausage with four legs at ends. A sausage with four legs. This is a keyword. What had happened to that dog? So I kept keywords like those in my mind to remember what the story was going towards to write the answer.
Good. So you also converted the keyword into a word picture or an image, right?
Yes,
Wow,
yes.
that is a very good strategy. Good.
And keep in mind the story as a set of pictures that might help you more.
Okay, good, good. So good tips for our future students. Very good. And tell me one thing, what resources did you find most helpful during your exam preparation now?
I found my textbooks. I had bought some Oswald revision notes. Those also I found helpful. They had many concepts which the textbook did not cover
Okay.
in depth. Also, I used many websites like extra marks. I used study rankers, and I used my handmade notes.
So the audience would also want to know, how did you balance school activities and personal life with your academic responsibilities?
It was tough, but I had to sacrifice some time of my personal life to study, to self study, because yeah, it was necessary. Apart from school and tuitions, I also had to self study. So it was necessary because the timings were very, what can I say? Timings were very close to each other. The school would start in the morning, end in the afternoon, and just after an hour of coming home, I would have to go to tuition. After coming home, then again self study. So I got little time for my family and my personal life. But yeah, I managed it.
Personality development, we encourage you to get up early. So did that help you to
Yes.
balance? How did that help you?
Yeah, I told you about how I used to self study in the evening. So I think in December, I changed it. I got up early in the morning. Means earlier, I used to get up at 5, but I got up at 3:30 or 4, and I studied during that 1.5 hour. So it took the burden off my shoulders, and I studied less in the evening. So it gave me some more time.
Very good. So what is the difference between studying early morning and studying late evening or night? Have you found out some differences?
Yeah, it's a lot of different. It's a lot difference. In the morning, you have a fresh mind. You've just woken up. You don't have any other thoughts about the day. You've just started your day. So you have a fresh mind and you can take a lot in. You don't have anything to worry about in the morning.
So tell me, what motivated you to work hard towards achieving such an impressive score? What was the motivation that you had?
The motivation I had was pretty extreme. It was my future. Only motivation. I want to have a good future, so I would have to study hard and sacrifice some things.
Very good, very good. So can you share a time when you face, a significant academic challenge and how you overcame it? I think during the prelims you faced this. Uh,
Yeah, very.
yeah,
They
can you
had
share?
made
Can
the
you?
paper so hard.
Yes,
So during the prelims, I got bad scores. I would not bluntly say it, but I would say it. I got bad scores, and it was bad in every subject. I was like, how can I do this if I get bad scores in this? I then had to brush up everything again from the starting to the ending. I brushed up everything 2 or 3 times by the time of the boards fully. Uh, if I was not confident about an answer, I read that again 4 to 5 times until I was fully confident about that answer or that concept.
So how did you get motivated? See, after your prelims, you had a very bad result, and then I know even your father was a little bit tense.
He was
So
upset.
yeah, he was upset. In fact, I had a chat with him, and I told him he'll do well. I had my belief in you. But how did you, from that, down slide, how did you reverse the curve?
I reversed the curve by giving each subject more time and following my schedule thoroughly. So I would, if I had to start studying at 8, no questions asked, start studying at 8. No excuses. And I would keep my phone aside during that moment. Nowhere close near me. If I was in the bedroom, I would keep it in the hall or somewhere else.
Very good.
No screen near me.
Absolutely. Good. So, how did you handle stress or anxiety during your exam preparation, especially from that time, from December onwards to the exams? How did you handle stress?
I reduced my screen time because I reduced my screen time. I gave more focus on studies. That was my cause of stress because I had gotten less marks. So if I studied more, my stress started to lessen the lesson, and I also started drawing in that period now, so I used to draw a little, so that used to help me get my mind off things.
Exactly. Good. So, what are important lessons have you learned from your academic journey, maybe from first standard to 10th standard now? What have you learned? What are some important lessons?
I would say regularity. Again, if you have to do everything regularly, and you if you want to have a good life, you should be honest with everyone. If
Yeah,
you
that,
don't be honest, uh, in the end, I was honest with my father that I did bad, and he accepted my apology also. I did bad. I was honest. If you don't be honest and just keep giving excuses that and blaming things, you might not get anywhere.
very good. Very good. I think that's absolutely right. So tell me, what are some habits that you developed that you believe contributed to your success? So in personality development, we taught you a lot of habit formation.
Yeah,
Yeah. So which habits you think you developed that led to your success?
and developed many habits. It was especially after lockdown. I started getting up early. That contributed greatly. It kept my mind fresh. I used to do a lot of things in the morning. Also, I set my goals. Goal setting helped me because I aimed towards that goal. I had a clear vision of how to get there. If I didn't have clear vision, I might not have gotten there. Also, I managed my time. How what thing to do at what time. No
Yes.
shifting of schedule.
Okay. Have your studies and your success in the CBSE exam affected your personal growth? If so, how?
They have not affected much of my personal growth. Means they may have stopped my interaction for some time. I had a lot of studies. Yeah, they just stopped my interaction. They did not hinder my personal growth at all. In fact, they helped me grow because I was so stressed during the exams. I now know how to handle stress if it ever comes to it.
Good. So what career path are you considering now and why?
I have taken up commerce now, and I'm still deciding whether I would like to go for BCom or BBA. I'm confused between these two. I plan to do my MBA afterwards.
Good, very good. Okay, so something about Leroy Ferrao School. What do you like most about our school?
I like the from that app or the school in general.
Anything you would like to share?
Of course, Leroy sir helped me a lot during these 2 years. Uh, he developed my personality. Helped me improve my grammar, and those exercises we did together, they helped a lot during the exams as well as everywhere else. The personality development means now I can talk to people. Yes, earlier I didn't interact much. Now
Yeah,
I interact with everyone, and I've increased my friend circle.
very good, very good. So, what advice would you give other students who are considering our school?
I would definitely tell them take it up. Leroy sir would perfectly help you. Just tell him my name.
Yeah. Good, Arnav. Congratulations once again. You were brilliant, and I wish you all the best for your success in your future. I hope this is just a
Thank you.
stepping stone. More milestones you reach, and I'm confident.
Of
If
course.
you keep yourself focused and keep your vision very clear, as you mentioned, you will reach great heights. And thank you very much for sharing your experience with the youngsters today. And I hope many more people are able to imitate you and follow your great example in achieving imaginable. You see, what you achieved is really great, and we wish you all the best.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.